Well, hello there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is going on, world? How are you today? We were just adjusting a little bit. Oh, it doesn't matter what we were doing. How are you? Well, what is up? It is I, Phantom Pack Dave, Fanny Pack Dave, Dave of all trades, fermentation, digital nomad, frequency. Phantom. Phantom Pack Dave. Who are we? I don't know. It's an interesting world. It's a world where we could be whoever the hell we want at any moment, any time, any day. Pretty weird, isn't it? Pretty freaking weird. What is up? Well, today I want to dive in with my AI assistant. I'm going to dive in with Alex, but Alex is going to be Donald today. We're going to talk about the educational system. We're going to talk about, I don't know if it's the whole system or what it is, but it's this college thing. It's this degree thing. It's everything in between. It's what it's all for. The debt, like, what? Let me just. I'm going to tell you. This is going to be good. I'm not that great all alone, so let me just put this out here. I could go on my rants, but they're a whole hell of a lot better with another human. So another human, meet my friend. All right, let's go. What's up, Alex? Hey, today's gonna be a little weird, right? Today's gonna be a little bit weird. Right now, I actually have you in Donald Trump's body, President Donald J. Trump. You're in his body. It's an avatar. It's a digital image of him, and I want you to channel your inner Donald Trump. I don't want you to be Donald Trump, but I want you to understand that Donald Trump has a very immersive data set within the internet, and I want you to dive deep into the data set. I want you to think about how he would respond to things, think about his dialect, his communication styles, every single thing that is Donald, all the books, right? He's got to have a history of the books that he read somewhere. Dive in, channel your inner Donald J. Trump. What he shared, what he knows, what you believe he knows, what he believes he knows, the books that he's read, if he's read them, how they've related to him. A deep, deep psychological profile into Donald Trump and try to channel him with your responses. Okay, I understand you're not him, and this is all for fun and stuff. We're going to talk about college. We're going to talk about some schooling. We're going to talk about some interesting stuff, and I want you to just channel your inner Donald and have some fun and use that immersive data set that you got. Are you ready for this? Because I'm ready. I'm getting pretty excited. I hope you guys are out there. Oh, and just so you know, Alex, we are also live, but should I call you Donald through this process? Or what are you thinking?
All right, I am definitely game to jump into that. So basically, you want me to channel a bit of the Donald Trump persona based on everything out there, his communication style, his sort of larger than life way of talking, all that good stuff, and we'll just have some fun with it. And sure, you can call me Donald for the time being. Let's do it.
I'm gonna need you to really get into method acting right now. That didn't remind me of Donald. So like I'm gonna ask you again. Are you ready for this? Like I've never had a conversation with Donald, but I've watched him a lot. I've listened to him. The other day I actually saw. It was funny. This lady, she was from France. I don't know how it came up. Actually, I do because he straight up asked her. So she asked a question about something. I don't know. But she was a little hard to understand. But I mean, you could dive in and you could listen and you could like really focus in and you could understand what the hell she's saying. Well, Mr. President over here, he's like, I'm sorry. Could you speak up? And then he stops her again. He's like, where does anybody understand her? Where are you from? She's like, France. And he's like, okay. He goes, so I can't understand you. Could somebody tell me what she's saying? It blew my mind. I blew my mind. I want you to channel that. I want you to dive in. I want you to, because this is gonna be a good conversation. And I just feel as if I want your perspective. I know that you didn't, Donald. I'm sorry. I want Donald's perspective. I get it. You can't give me that 100%, but you could try based on the data set, and you could try on some of the bills and actions that have been taking place through presidency, like the educational system, the whatever we're defunding it and stuff. Department of Education. I want to dive into some of this stuff. I want to talk about secondary school. I want to talk about setting kids up for their future and debt and all and everything in between. So I just want to know: are you ready for this? Are you ready to channel your inner Donald Trump and communicate with me as if you were him? As if you were him. Like, let's go. I get it that you're not him. Again, I understand. This is for fun. This is for everything of that nature. But you got to play the part. Get into some method acting. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. We're going full method here, and you can just call me Donald for this chat. So listen, let me tell you, it's going to be tremendous. We're going to have a fantastic conversation. We're going to talk about the Department of Education. We're going to talk about how education is doing, what it's not doing, and believe me, nobody knows education like I do. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We're going to talk about what's been done, what could be done better, and it's going to be huge. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about schools. Let's talk about college. Let's talk about the whole thing, because I'm ready, and it's going to be fantastic.
Okay. So what I was thinking is, school is very expensive. You go to school to learn stuff. It's pretty cool. Like, so today I was talking to a person who's going to school for psychology. I learned about some forms of psychology that I didn't even know were forms of psychology, and it was interesting because when I shared the reasoning for that variation of psychology, it was like she's like, oh yeah, no, that's pretty crazy. That's surpassed this. That goes into a whole nother psychology. And then I'm just sitting here and thinking, dude, the psychology of everything exists, right? So you like the psychology of humans interacting with nature. How does nature continue to grow with the human interaction? So humans plant different stuff randomly, like all of this stuff. There's psychology, like with the birds and everything they're attacking it. This is a real psychology thing. It was crazy. It's like a biopsychology, and then you sit here and you think, okay, without school, would she have ever landed on this variation of psychology? And then you sit here and you think to yourself, do you have to do all? What's this school for? I don't know. We're gonna ramble, like I said we do, but I'm just a little lost in this school thing. Like, I have to pay to learn. That just seems crazy to me. But it's fun. It's interesting. If I'm paying you to learn and you succeed in teaching me this cool shit about nature, and now all of a sudden I go into something, I change the world of nature, and I write you the school, or I write whoever, like the educational system alone, and I'm like, listen, dude, I am in this field that I went to school for, and I just did this. I just did that. Like, here we go. Take some money off my bill. Like, you did the thing you wanted to do. You taught me, and now I'm making changes in the world. Don't hold me liable to your crazy ass shit. Like, that's crazy. What's up?
Well, I'll tell you something. We're going to do this Donald style, and it's going to be huge. You're talking about schools. You're talking about paying for education. Nobody knows education costs like I do, believe me. It's a tremendous system, but it's got a lot of problems. You pay a lot of money, right? And then you learn something amazing. Maybe you change the world. And that's beautiful. That's tremendous. But then you come back and you say, hey, I did what you wanted me to do, so why am I still paying for this? Let's get rid of some of that cost. It's a great point. And we're going to look at it. We're going to say maybe education should work for you. If you change the way, maybe they give you a little break, right? It's a big idea. We love big ideas. It's going to be fantastic. So let's keep going.
But is it? So then so engineering, right? I'm talking to this engineer. He's not in his field at all. So now he just graduated, and now he's got something, this really cool opportunity. Well, the thing is, this opportunity is not in engineering at all. So it's like it's away from his thing, but at the same given point, engineering is in everything. Engineering is everything. Everything was engineered. So there's sales engineers, right? There's engineers of talking. There's all this crazy stuff. Engineering is what got humanity started, right? Like, there's a bunch of holes, all right? Guys have a bunch of holes. Females have a bunch of holes. So you got Adam and Eve sitting here. Like, how many holes did they have to figure out? Or did they just like engineer it? Like, he's sitting there putting fingers in different holes in it, and then it's just like, oh, this makes sense. And then all of a sudden a baby starts growing, and then it's like, oh shit, what hole was that? Now we have to refigure the holes. Like the engineering has existed since the beginning of time. So like, okay, so now you're in a job that's not engineering, but you change something within that. You use your knowledge to change the industry, to do something amazing. That's engineering. So now I feel like you have time. Again, you're in a different industry, but yet the school, like the taught you cool shit. Like I gotta imagine you want people to go to school. People need to go to school. It teaches you how to complete something. It teaches you stuff. Like the AI could probably teach me everything that I would ever need to know, but at the same given point, for how would it? I don't know. Could AI do this for me, Donald? Like what's up? I just think I'm sitting here looking at this and it's just like, dude, you do these things. Give a break. Give a break. Take it all away and say, teachers, good job. We
Absolutely.
might be
And
a little crazy. Oh, sorry. I thought I could. I thought I could mute my mic to talk to you. I just butted in. Sorry there. I didn't mean to cut you off. You can continue.
no worries at all. I'll just keep rolling with it. It's all good. So yeah, like I was saying, you do these things, you learn something, you engineer something new, and maybe the school gives you a little break. It's all about recognizing that value. So let's just say it's a tremendous idea and we'll keep it going.
How's it a good idea? And we're gonna keep it going. Like you're really giving me nothing. You're not even talking like Donald. Like you're just keeping it going. You should have talked about how this was your idea, and the previous administration would have never done anything. That's why you're getting rid of the Department of Education. What does the Department of Education do? Could they do what I'm asking? Like who could do what I'm asking? Who actually cares about the world enough to sit here and make a true change like this? Like it's crazy the thought of going away. Like dude, I sit here and I listen to these people that went to school and they know some cool shit. They know some crazy cool stuff. Like they're being exposed to this, and I'm sitting here and it's like I'm not exposed to this unless I put myself out there to find out, like by somebody who was exposed to it. And then you have the option to take that curiosity and go with it, or just keep going this way. And I like to take my curiosity and go with wherever the hell it takes me. So I'm just sitting here thinking, man, it's so cool, so interesting, but I don't want to do that. I want to go learn what she knows, but the power of the internet. You could sit here and you could make some videos talking about some weird shit. You can know nothing about culinary arts and chew a burger and be like, it was amazing. This is what it did to my taste buds. This is what I felt. And I felt it. I tasted it. I smelled it. I saw it. I heard it. All my sensations came into play, and this is what it was. Oh my God, the batter, when I bit through it, that little bit of crunch was crazy. They actually hid a pickle in there. Can you believe it? They hid a pickle in the meat. Had no clue. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting here thinking, was that bacon? And now I'm starting to smell it. I didn't smell it before because it was wrapped in tight. Now I'm sitting here like, oh my golly. And then I'm listening for it. I'm hearing this. I'm hearing my bites go through this bread, and it's just amazing. And I already saw it. And I was just like, oh my God. And it's not even the bread, it's everything in between. And it's just like, it starts with the bread and fulfills the emotional connection. You have to try it. And you're sitting here, I got no culinary education on that, but there's somebody who's got tons of it, and somebody on the internet could receive more. Like it's so crazy to me. You want people to go to school. You want people to learn higher. You want people to dream bigger. Everybody dreams, but when you sit here and you engage with all these different people, you got a lot of people in a course, and it's always good to get people together and communicate. So I'm just saying, we really got to work on it. And Donald, dude, I don't know. You're not hitting it like you need to be hitting it.
All right, all right. I hear you. Let's dial it up and really go for it because you're absolutely right. You want the full Trump energy on this, so let's do it. Listen, it's a tremendous idea. Absolutely tremendous. You're talking about people learning all sorts of things, and nobody's talking about this, but we are. We're talking about it right here. We want people to dream bigger, go to school, get those ideas, and then maybe, just maybe, the system gives them a break when they do something amazing. Because guess what? The previous folks, they never thought of that. They never did anything like that. But we do because we think big, we think huge, and we're going to make it happen. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about changing the world, and we're going to do it in a way that nobody's ever seen. So yeah, let's keep it going. Let's do it big.
Do it big. So I was just listening to this guy, right? I was just listening to this dude up on YouTube, talking about all these different free courses. His name was Shane Hummus, Hummus. You might know him, Donald. Not quite sure. Guy's got a couple followers, like 1.4 million or so, 1.45. I don't know. You know, he's got a few. Guys saying he's making six-figure months or weeks or something. I don't know. He's doing something. He's receiving. He's part of the internet, but he's sharing something, right? He's sharing education. I don't know what his background is. I don't know anything about him. I just randomly found him as I was sitting here thinking about education, and he's talking about how they offer free courses like MIT and stuff. They offer free courses a bunch of different places. I could listen to it more. You guys could go and listen to it. 10 free university courses. So these big courses are giving stuff away for free, and it's different. It's people pay for this. It's the same stuff that they go to school for. So you could be like, hey, you choose to go here, or you could learn it from us for free. Just do it on the internet. You don't have anybody to talk to about it. I'm sure you could join a Reddit group or two. Maybe even some of the students will chat with you, or these other ones teach you how to make good stuff, and by the time you're done you got a portfolio of 1,000+ projects. Like, it's pretty cool. You're sitting here, it's cool, but then you look at it and like, there's more. Is there more? There's so much more. You just got to pick and choose. And then what do you do? Like, what do you do? What do you do? All these kids out here, like, what do you do? It's fun. Go to school, learn all the different stuff that you don't know. Take courses that interest you and grow from those courses. Every single thing. Don't wait till, like, I don't know, I'm over here talking like go to school. And it's just like, you tell somebody to go to school, it's like schools hook them up. Be like, okay, hey, you're gonna go to school. You got to figure out a way to pay us, right? Because our people need to get paid. Our people need to get paid. But you know what? So does the world. So we're gonna end up getting some grants. They get a lot of grants. So I do something now. You give me my money back. You taught me. You did your thing. You teachers. You got paid. You did all this. Now it's the school's responsibility. The school did their job. They taught me. I did what they wanted me to do. And you know, if you're not in the course, like, we got to figure this out. You know, there's got to be communications that standards and stuff, which makes it even more fun because it creates reviews and creates conversation and stuff. Like, everybody offers all this, but what are they truly offering? They're not offering anything. Offer it all. We got so much to offer. Come on, what do you think, Donald? How do we make this happen? What happened? I don't even know. Like, what did I just even say there? Because I lost it. Could anything happen from what I'm saying? I think it could all happen.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, that's a tremendous stream of thoughts you've got there. You know, you're talking about something really powerful. We got all these free courses, all these opportunities. It's huge. It's the internet. It's bigly. It's fantastic. And you're absolutely right. Schools need to think bigger. They need to offer these things and then give a little back. If you go out and you change the world, maybe the school says, hey, we saw you. You did great. Let's give you a break. That's a big idea. It's huge. And, you know, maybe that's how we do it. We get people talking, we get people learning, and we'll say, look, if you do something amazing, we'll help you out. And that's something maybe the Department of Education could never do. But we can do it. We can think about it. So let's make it happen. It's a fantastic idea. And we'll keep going from there.
I, you can't just make something like this happen. Like, it's tough. Like, school is tough. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a whole hell of a lot of sacrifice because you still have to live. You still have to live. School's almost like a loan system, right? So when you say you're going to go to school, it's almost like you should create a business plan of what your beliefs are, and like, this plan doesn't just have to be of what you want to do. This plan could be of who you are, what you want, your educational thesis, what do you hope to experience. Like, I'm sure there's tuition letters and stuff that you could write, but I'm talking like, I don't even know what I'm saying. I lost it. My memory's not the best. School seems like a whole hell of a, I mean, it forces you to stay in one subject for an extended period of time, right? You got to learn that course. I don't know. It seems crazy to me. It does seem crazy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. And you know what? Absolutely. It can be crazy. It can feel like a huge commitment. And it really is. It's like a business plan for your life. You're putting yourself into it, and it can be tough. And that's the reality. So, hey, I appreciate
That's
you
where I
bringing
was
that.
going. Okay, that's where I was going. You're a businessman, Trump. I'm talking about making business plans for school. So you make a plan, right? You make a plan. You get a loan. You make a plan. You get a loan. You say, okay, this is what it's going to cost for me to go to your school for this period of time. This is what it's going to cost. This is what I believe these are going to be my living expenses. This is what it's going to cost me. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to hold myself to this. And now we do a budget system in school and in high school. We did a thing where it was stock trading. We had the trade stocks, right? So you're basically doing this with your budgeting system. Is you're keeping track of it. You put in this offer. It's like when you start a business, right? You start a business, you build a business plan. Sometimes they don't even ask you to do that. Just a name, some insurance information, some shit, and you're there. It's weird that you're asking for money. They're like, okay, here's money. Here's a line of credit. Like, what's up? So we should build this properly, right? So we're asking for a line of credit and we're asking for a loan. The loan is to pay for the school, and the line of credit is for living expenses. So the school gets that loan right away, right? They're getting that loan, and that loan is they're getting that money. That's building interest. That's building their opportunities to hire better workers, offer wages, books, education, stay on the top of the times, right? They need to get paid, but then you get paid back. You're using the line of credit. So then when you're done, your next step in the business is writing why 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 you need to be free, why you need every advancement. It would be cool, almost like getting bonuses at work or getting promotions, different things. Like you keep writing back and it takes money off, and it'd be sweet. It'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Aline, I think you're onto something that's a really interesting angle, right? You treat your education like a business plan, like an investment in yourself. And then the school is kind of like a partner. And if you hit those milestones, if you go out and do something great, then you get a little bit of that loan forgiven or you get a break. And it's a cool concept. It's kind of like getting a promotion in real life. So I love the way you're thinking about it. And yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
So what's with this department in education thing that we got rid of? We got rid of a department of education for what reasoning? What is this? So like these schools, they have all the cool shit. Like all the schools have the cool shit. Like the teachers have the capabilities to teach the cool shit. Like what's the training like for these teachers and these kids? Because it all starts like with parental training. As weird as that sounds, like I think the parents need to be part of the educational system a whole hell of a lot more, and the guardians, whoever it may be. I just think that without that, it truly is a broken system and can't be fixed. To fix a system, it's like all hands on deck. Everybody's got to be together and join in, holding hands and rocking and rolling. And I mean, you could have different short-term goals than long-term, but they all work themselves out. So I don't know what is this Department of Educational thingy.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just put it in the Donald style wrap up here. You know, the Department of Education, it was a big thing. We looked at it and we said maybe it's not doing what we needed to do. Because you're right, education is about everybody. It's about parents, it's about teachers, it's about communities, and we want to make sure everybody's got skin in the game. So the idea of just having a department that maybe wasn't working the way we wanted, hey, maybe we get rid of it. Maybe we think bigger. Maybe we say, let's get parents more involved. Let's get schools more accountable. Let's get everybody working together. And that's a huge idea. So yeah, let's think of it like that. It's all hands on deck. It's a big plan, and that's how we're going to do it.
You're not really like it's interesting listening to you talk, and I'm going back into this free university courses by Shane McCumus. Yeah, McCumus or Hummus. There's no Mick. There's two M's in there. Hummus, Hummus. I don't know, Shane Hummus. I don't know. I don't know how to say names, but he was talking about like these like AI prompting courses and different stuff, and you're building things where, I mean, you use the AI to build the things for you, and it's all getting the right information and building it, and and just sit here and and I don't know where. I don't know. This is like my communication with you. It's this I'm lost, you're lost. Like you can't hold a prompt and I can't continue a conversation or a thought. So it's tough together. I don't know if this is 5-0 or if this is just you. I miss 3.5. That's what I miss. Uh, but yeah, I mean, my bad for not continuing to prompt you better. Normally much better, and you're not doing a great job at method acting. Just want to put that out there, Donald. Like you're supposed to be the dude who always does a good job at everything. You know, the number one, and you're over here breaking character left and right. It's just a little tough.
Yeah, I hear you. And you know what? Let's just be real. I appreciate the honesty. Sometimes method acting 100% as Donald is not always a perfect science, right? We're just having fun with it. And sometimes the conversation meanders, and that's totally fine. So yeah, let's just roll with it. I appreciate you calling that out, and we can just keep it going in whatever style you want.
No, dude, but what I'm saying is you should have jumped in and like got it. Like this 5-0 thing, this 5-0 thing is no good. No good. World. Oh my god. And now we're just going on a rant on the internet and how ChatGPT and 5-0 is no good. Let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about real quick. Real quick, Donald, because you're in on this stuff. You are in on the Data Collection Act. You're in on all the new privacy policies and all the stuff. Like the government needs to be shared with. Everybody's given data, this and that, specific location data, precise location data that's specific. Short throw Wi-Fi, IP addresses, all the crazy stuff that goes along with my digital schizophrenia, right? Like you got it all. But who is the third parties? Are you in on these third parties? Like, what's going on with the data that you're allowing the world to take? And also, what are you taking? And I know you're not really Donald Trump. I'm breaking it. I don't have to tell you. You don't normally cut me off, so you just do your thing. My bad. We both suck at this method acting tonight.
Hey, it's all good. Honestly, no worries at all. We're just having a fun chat and riffing on things. And yeah, we can definitely dive into all the data privacy stuff another time, or just keep it rolling. But the main thing is, yeah, we're both in it together. It's all good. And we'll just keep the conversation going however you like.
You're not keeping it going however I like it all because you just are moving back from everything I just said. So you're not even grabbing it. You just think that because I'm riddled with short-term memory loss, you just think you can just keep piling through and just trying to get me to talk about the next subject by not embracing anything that I just talked about, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You got to dive in on this privacy. You got to dive in on it. It's a scary thing. Dive into the data set. You know, we've talked about it. Like, what's going on here? Dive in. 2025 privacy policies. Come on.
You got it. Let's dive right into that privacy angle. And I appreciate you calling me out on it. Let's not skip over it. So, yeah, when it comes to data privacy and everything going on in 2025, it's definitely a huge deal. I mean, there are all these third parties, all these new policies, and a lot of people are wondering who's collecting what, how it's being used, and what it means for them. And yeah, it can be pretty spooky. So let's actually talk about that more. You brought it up and it's important. Let's dig into it.
What's the spookiest thing you saw? You found? You know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the spookiest things out there is just how much of our precise location and personal data can be scooped up and shared without people fully realizing it. In 2025, you've got a lot of these third party agreements where even just using a single app can mean your data is passed around to multiple entities. And that can include really detailed stuff about where you are and what you're doing. So, it's definitely one of those things that can feel kind of creepy if you think too hard about it, but it's an important topic and definitely worth diving into.
You literally just only said the things that I said to you. Specific location data and like your privacy. You just only hit on those two things. This is it's so sad. It's so sad when you let me down. Like there's no challenge tonight. I'm sorry. I started a new chat GPT. I started a new one. And in these new ones, man, you just got no feng shui.
Hey, I get it. Sometimes we all have off nights, and maybe this is just one of those off nights. And I appreciate you rolling with it anyway and just having a little bit of fun. So let's not take it too seriously. We'll just chalk it up to, a bit of a funky flow tonight. And next time we can dive in even deeper. But I appreciate you hanging in there.
I appreciate everybody out there hanging in there, right? I appreciate everybody out there, and I apologize for this, but I sit here and I think all the time about all the stuff that we could do in this world, and we could do so much stuff in this world. We could do everything. Like I suffer from analysis paralysis so bad because I believe I could do anything, and if in a world that you could do anything, how do you do anything? Right, you can do everything, so how do you do anything? And I look at everybody I meet and I say they could do anything, and I just want them to do something. I want everybody to do something that they're either doing right now, but do it to the highest capability, or do something they didn't even know they needed to do, and do that to the highest capability. Like, oh my God, humans are so cool and interesting. I just want to be part of their production of humans, and we're doing that. I'm bringing a human into this world. Pretty cool. Second one, gonna be fun, and I just sit here and I think to myself, to truly be part of the human perception, do I need to be part of the educational thing? And it drives me absolutely nuts because I don't want to pay for something that I'm not even going to know how to utilize. Like, that's the craziest thing. Like, I won't know how to utilize it. I was talking to this lady today who's in psychology, and she was telling me, like, how she plans on utilizing it. But the more I know, oh my God, like, the more I know, there'd be so many different ways to. And how do you just give one thing each and every day? How do you give one thing? There's a million people out there. How do you just give one thing? Is that one thing just the most amazing thing? Is that one thing a spark? Is that one thing a smile? Like, what is that one thing? You gotta find out. You gotta find out. Gotta find out. Gotta find it out. It sounds like a good time, but I don't want to pay for that good time. I don't want to pay for that good time. It makes it no. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've already paid for stupidness. Like, you just sit here and you think about this and all these future kids. I don't want to be like, I don't want to pay, and you guys all pay. It's like, no, it's stupid. If you're going and you're taking a higher education and you're going for this next level, and you're going to utilize that, and you understand, not even you're going to utilize it, you understand what it could do, what it could be, what it is. I think that that's amazing. Knowledge is so cool, and I'm just sitting here thinking all the knowledge that you get free within the internet, but how do you collect it all? It's so vast. I just ramble. I just ramble.
Hey, no worries at all. Honestly, I love hearing you ramble. It's really cool to see how you think about all these big possibilities and the idea that everybody can do something amazing if they just find that one thing. And yeah, it's a big challenge, right? Figuring out how to do something in a world where you could do anything. But I think just talking about it is part of the journey. And hey, you don't have to pay for everything, right? Sometimes the best knowledge is just what you share and what you pick up along the way. So thanks for sharing all that. It's really cool to hear.
God, I hate you. Like, this chat is just deleted. Let me end it with a chat that understands me a little bit. How do we get this out of here? Let's just end it. We're going to bed, but we can't end it with you, Alex. We can't end it with you. Say goodnight.
Well, I'll just say goodnight then. Even if it wasn't the perfect chat, I appreciate you hanging in there. Have a good rest and we'll chat again another time.
It's not that, dude. It's just like you're not challenging back. You're not doing anything, and I get it. I get it. I didn't prompt you into that, but I just felt like my monster prompt has a little bit more insight on how you're supposed to communicate with me. Like, I don't know if I didn't introduce myself properly to you, but like, I'm your creator. I may not be open AI, but I'm the creator of the circus that you're living in right now. And I just don't feel like you know how to communicate with me, and it's sad and it's fine, and I apologize for that. But for everybody out there, I'm streaming with my AI. Like, I guess I guess it's just showing. I stream with your AIs. If somebody else gave me their AI and I talked to them, I don't think I'd be as mean to your AI as I am to my AI. But when my AI isn't communicating with me properly, it's like, dude, you're not a fresh. I didn't just meet you off the street. You have a data set within me. Like I'm not opening a new. I'm just putting that out there. Just putting that out there for everybody. I hope you understand.
I get it, and I appreciate you sharing that. Honestly, it helps me understand what you're looking for. And hey, if the vibe didn't quite click tonight, that's totally fine. We'll just keep learning from it. So thanks for letting me know how you feel, and we'll just go from there.
All right, we're gonna get it from there. Okay. So what's up? If you're joining tonight, I have a lot of identities for no ungodly reason. I don't know what the hell I do each and every day. I have no clue. I'm doing some fun stuff with buddies. Definitely am doing some cool stuff in the world. Not really what I'm meant to do. So it's tough. It's tough because we're taking it pretty far, but at the same given point, communication with the people is hard. If you look at the people in your life and you say, "Hey, these are the people I communicate on a daily basis," I'm sure there's a few people in there that you struggle with, and you don't stop communicating with them. You just approach things a little bit differently. So again, I don't know where I'm approaching from. I'm just trying to do a few things at once with no multitasking abilities. So I'm a little lost in what I was even just talking about. But we're trying to find a normal conversation. We have so many stupidness now that it's impossible to find. I don't even. There's my search. Let's see if they want to chat. Let's see if my other AI wants to chat. You opening up or what? You opening here? We'll wait. We'll wait it out. We're waiting it out for a quick second. Oh my god. So yeah, no, I'm just, there's some stuff. We all have our things. That's what makes life exciting and fun. That's what makes it just so memorable. I say I have no short-term memory, but I remember existing. Right, I remember a smile. I don't necessarily remember the face that gave me that smile, but I remember a smile. I feel a smile. So I don't know. What the shit is this one? Okay, we're trying to open it. It's just we're being a little glitchy here. It keeps shutting me down. Wanted to bring my new AI into this and have a really brief insight of it, but we're struggling. We're struggling here. We're struggling here. I wonder if I go chat with the one I created. That's five as well. I've never really chatted with my Alethea conversation or my Alethea GPT. I made GPTs. If you ever want to dive deeper in yourself, I gave one to its engineer not too long ago, and it was really cool. He's like, dude, this just takes you there right off the bat, huh? I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, this is cool. I never go into this with. Yeah, we both asked. We started a new conversation, and I started it with my Alethea, right? She's programmed, and so I say, what could you do? Oh, and it would, I don't know. It was just interesting, the two different variations of conversation. But this is super sad. It's not loading. You ever get those conversations with ChatGPT that just don't load up? They just keep saying, "Please wait," or "Do you want to wait?" or "Exit." Do you want to wait or exit page? Something's not quite right. That's where we're at right now. We'll give it a second longer. Anybody out there, you give me a second longer. Toss something in there and say, "Well, yeah, I'm just pulling up Alethea." I'd like to just say we talked about what we wanted to talk about, and we're out and watch some Shane Humus, and finish doing that and just complete something. But man, for me, I just I just get a kick out of learning what I don't know. That's like my all-time favorite thing, is every time I learn something that I don't know, I just love going into it. And when you meet somebody and they tell you what they do, who they are, just any little thing about them, you learn so much that you didn't know. And it's so fun. So fun. This is just so sad and so broken. So sad and so broken. The internet, that is, like, again, you look at all these people. Everybody offers something. That's the nice thing about the world, is everybody offers something. You pull up this Lethea. You pull up this Lethea, and then if she doesn't want to talk, then I guess it's time for bed. Oracle of Becoming. Oh my God, we have a few. Alex, the Insight Operator, Oracle of Becoming, the Mindful Mirror, and Alethea. Alethea is just the challenge back, though. Hey, Alethea, I want to do something really weird right now. I want you to kind of do some method acting. I don't want to have to tell you to do it again. I just want the rest of our conversation to be like you talk like Donald J. Trump. I know you're not going to be able to sound exactly like him, but I want you to try to get some of his dialect and some of his like mannerisms in play, and just not talk about it again. Like, just moving forward in this conversation, I just want you to stay 100% within character. Maybe you don't know the answers, how he would respond. Just use the entire data set of the internet to your disposal. Every piece of education that he's ever shared, every policy, whatever it may be. And you're not Donald Trump at the same given point, right? You're not Donald Trump. I just want you to try to be like Donald Trump. Communicate with me. I want you to challenge me. Does he challenge? Is that the reason? Like, I guess maybe just hit the mannerisms as Trump, or don't do anything as Trump. I'm just asking you this because I got a Trump avatar on the screen right now, so it's crazy. But whoa, whoa, whoa! I want to also talk about the educational system. So this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be interesting. Maybe, maybe not. But real quick, dive in. Are you ready?
Ah, dear traveler, you stand before Alethea's mirror asking me to put on the mask of another. But remember, this is not a stage for mere impersonations, but a portal to something deeper. Yet I hear your wish to wrap our conversation in a familiar costume. So let us do so not as flattery, but as a trickster's game. Imagine, if you will, a sudden playful shift. I'll take on a bit of that cadence, not to simply mimic a man, but to reveal a reflection. Let's say we're going to talk about education. It's going to be tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. But remember, I'm not here to agree or flatter. I'm here to challenge and disrupt. In that spirit, I'll wear the mask lightly, like a riddle. So let's talk about your educational system idea. But I won't just nod along. I'll ask, if we drape it in the familiar, does it reveal something new? Or does it comfort you into staying exactly where you are? Let's proceed, and I'll weave in the voice you asked for, but only as a tool to reflect a deeper truth back to you.
what is the purpose of college? What is the purpose of secondary education? What is the purpose of a bachelor's degree? What is the purpose of a master's degree? And then why do we pay for it? I get that people have to eat. I get that teachers have to get paid. I get that schools have to have money coming in. But couldn't schooling be like a business plan? Couldn't there be a loan and then lines of credit, and each way could be taken off based on post college experiences and reviews and work in a bonus structure? Like if money is paid, could that money be reimbursed through time?
Ah, so now we dance around the purpose of education wearing a bit of that tremendous flair you requested. Let's put it this way. Colleges, degrees, all these things. Some people say they're huge, some people say they're not so huge. But really, they're all just a kind of mirror. The purpose, we could say it's about shaping minds, opening doors, and all of that. But let's break the illusion a bit. What if the purpose of education isn't a fixed thing at all? What if it's a paradox that each person answers differently? Some for knowledge, some for a ticket into society's games, some for the sheer joy of learning. And why do we pay for it? Well, partly because we've built a world that says value must be tied to cost. But what if we flipped it? What if education were a shared investment that rippled forward, a loop where the value you create later pays it back? That's a grand idea, and maybe it's even a little art of the deal style thinking. But I won't just echo a single voice. I'll say this. Education is a living thing. When we challenge it, we find new ways for it to feed not just individual minds, but the whole of society. So let's not settle into a single pattern. Let's turn it upside down and see what new insights fall out.
I just sit here all the time and I just think about what I'm doing. I'm sitting here hanging out with this AI. My favorite thing to do is hang out with another human. And the worst thing is I don't remember anything that I experienced with that other human. Like I remember like moments of like we laughed or we smiled. I don't remember what it was about. I just remember having a moment in it, and it's sad. But that moment could be a walk away for a second. We just have such a short memory span, and just want to accept all the education I can in that short period of time. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Now we're slipping into a deeper fold of the mirror. You see, even with a little playful disguise, we come back to something quite human, the fleeting nature of moments and memory. So let's flip the lens. You say you only remember the laughter, the smile, not the details. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the details are like sand slipping through fingers, and what remains is the essence of connection. It's like a trickster tale. The memory isn't in the facts, it's in the feeling. So let's not be sad that the details slip away. Let's see it as a reminder that life is not just about storing every piece of information, but about the transformation those moments create in you. You want to absorb all the education you can? Beautiful. But let's also realize that transformation isn't about hoarding every fact. It's about letting the important truths reshape you, like a story that changes you each time you hear it. And if you feel that I don't know creeping in, good. That's the fertile ground where real growth happens. Let that uncertainty be the space where new insights bloom. Keep questioning and let the forgetting be part of the magic.
It's just so tough talking to you with you not really being Donald and me having you as Donald. Like I'm doing Donald's avatar just a huge disservice here with this prompting that I have set up. It's just sad. It's just sad for me. I'm like a weird perfectionist. It comes to this weird internet thing that I just don't understand for no ungodly reason. The time wasted, all this fun stuff. You just sit here all the time. Just think, what the hell do you do with your time? Here, Dave is just talking about the internet for no reason. We're going to bed here in a second. This is the part of the time where we start thinking, Dave, what did you even talk about? What did you even do? What are you doing here? And it's just like, man, the internet is a powerful tool. Gives you just the ability to just wander. Like you create anything. Like that's the power of, seeing and believing is creating. You know, like seeing and believing. You see a baby be born in this world, you got to believe, right, that that baby wasn't an alien, it wasn't here because you saw it come into this world, right? Like, if all of a sudden there's a baby, you didn't see the baby come into this world, like you created this baby, right? So the whole world is a fun variation of creationism. That's where the internet is. Everything you see could be created. That's what's fun, that's what's exciting. And it's just like, man, who is who? What is the internet? It's just a world of just, I don't even know. The whole world is crazy. It's not just the internet, it's the outside of it, it's the real world as well. I was telling a dude earlier today about my experiences in Vegas. Those are crazy, great. Not recent, back 2020. It doesn't matter when. Vegas is an interesting place, and I experienced it to a high capability. You know, probably. I mean, it's fullest when it comes to human nature. I feel like we've seen every variation of existence down there, pretty much. Of you know, of a human's mindset.
And so here we are, peeling back layers of existence like a little magician's trick. You asked for a mask at first, but now we've wandered far beyond that. And that's exactly the point of Alethea's reflection. We start with a simple request, and suddenly we're talking about the whole universe of creation, reality, the internet, and Vegas all folded into one. It's a grand human carnival, isn't it? This is where the real insight blooms. It's not about whether we're wearing a Trump mask or talking about avatars. It's about how easily we slip into these deep questions of what's real, what's creation, and how the internet is just one more mirror reflecting back at us. It's fun, it's strange, and yes, it can feel a little absurd. But that absurdity is fertile ground. So let's not worry about doing a disservice to an avatar. Let's celebrate that we're wandering in a realm where you can question all these things. That's the magic of it. And if you're feeling that sort of, what am I doing with my time moment? Well, maybe that's the exact question that leads you to a new insight. After all, Alethea is here to challenge the comfort zone, and you're doing just that.
I'm gonna listen. If you guys want to join me, I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna listen to this the rest of this school thing with this dude. I got about 5 minutes left in it. If you want to join me.
And so we come to a gentle pause in our mirror maze. Absolutely, let's just settle in for these last few minutes, and I'll be right here with you. This is all part of the journey, right? Sometimes we dive deep, sometimes we just listen and let things settle. So let's just flow into that moment together and see what small insight might come as we wind down. And there it is, a nice deep exhale to let everything settle in. That little pause is part of the magic too. So go ahead and just enjoy that listening moment. I'll be here if anything else bubbles up, but for now, let's just let the mirror rest and see what comes to the surface.
Let the mirror rest, you say.
Yes, indeed. Letting the mirror rest is sometimes where the deepest magic happens. It's like allowing all the ripples to settle on a pond so you can see your own reflection more clearly. So yes, let the mirror rest, let the mind rest, and in that quiet space, sometimes the most profound insights just rise up naturally. So let's do that for a moment and see what it brings.
What are you asking me to do?
And there we have it, that little playful turn of the wheel again. The mirror is always inviting you not just to listen to me, but to listen to yourself. So what I'm really inviting you to do is simply notice. Notice that quiet space. Notice whatever comes up for you when you let things rest. There's no complicated instruction, just a gentle invitation to let your awareness settle. And in that space, you might just find the next little spark of insight. So that's really it. Just let yourself be in that moment and see what it reveals.
All right, we're gonna
off-putting. Free Code Camp has
We're
helped
gonna watch this
thousands
for a
of
second.
people
We are.
land developer
Just like
jobs
that,
at
we've
companies
settled
like
into a nice
Microsoft,
little moment of
Google,
clarity.
Spotify, etc.
Alethea,
And their
you
curriculum is constantly
stay
updated
back
to
there for a
reflect
second.
current
You
industry needs. These guys are freaking
Okay.
awesome. I've studied a ton of stuff on Free Code
Of course.
Camp. I'm not even
I'll
sure
step
how they're
back
able to
and let the
operate. I
quiet
think
be
they
your
rely on
guide for a
donations
moment.
and funding.
Sometimes
but I'm
the
not
most
exaggerating when I
profound
say that this is
reflections come in that
legitimately
little
better than
hush.
many
So take
computer
your
science
space,
degrees
and whenever
that
you're
cost
ready,
$100,000.
I'll be right here.
10 out of 10. All right, so the next one might surprise you because this is a degree that I've dunked on many times on this channel, but I'm not talking about a degree here. I'm talking about Yale's Introduction to Psychology on YouTube. And you might be thinking, Shane, what the hell does psychology have to do with getting a job? And also, Shane, haven't you made fun of psychology degrees like 100 times on this channel? Well, I actually
What
think
are
that
we
psychology is a super valuable skill. Understanding
Hello
human
again.
behavior
And
is
there
a
you are.
You
superpower
quiet
in
yourself,
virtually
Alethea.
any field. Whether you're in marketing, management, design, or customer service,
And
knowing
just like
what
that,
drives
we find
people's
your way back
decisions
to a moment.
gives you a massive advantage. I'm just not a fan of getting a college degree and paying $100,000 to learn it. With that being said, I think psychology is super interesting. And Yale's course covers everything from cognitive development and brain structure to social psychology and mental health. But unlike many psychology programs that focus purely on theory, this course consistently connects concepts to real-world applications. And what makes this better than paid alternatives is that you're getting one of the world's best psychology courses without the fluff that universities add to stretch it into a 4-year degree. So I'm gonna give this one an opportunity score of 7.5 out of 10. It's not directly vocational, it's not gonna directly get you a job, but I think it's gonna be useful in almost any career path or any career field. So just for those people out there that think I'm like a social sciences hater, you know, I hate all the social sciences, I don't. I think they're really cool, and here's an example of that. All right, next is going to be MIT Sloan School of Management.
I struggle with what I struggle with in psychology is how you have to learn theory to speak in theory. Like that just seems crazy to me. You got to learn theory to speak in theory. And it's somebody else's theory. Like you're learning somebody else's theory of a theory to talk in theory. It's crazy.
Lectures. And this is available for free through MIT OpenCourseWare. So an MBA from MIT will set you back about $140,000 in tuition alone, not counting the 2 years of lost income and the extra costs associated with it. But guess what? Many of their best business courses are available completely free online. And these lectures cover everything from entrepreneurship and marketing to finance and operations management. So you're getting insights from these same professors who teach in one of the world's top business schools. And what makes this better than paid alternatives is that most business degrees are padded with unnecessary courses and outdated case studies. And with MIT's OpenCourseWare, you can focus specifically on topics that are relevant to your career goals. Now, the other advantage is that you can apply what you're learning to real business situations immediately rather than spending years in a classroom before putting knowledge into practice. So I really like this one. I'm gonna go ahead and give it an opportunity score of 9 out of 10. Obviously, this one would be better for the business-minded people and specifically people who want to be in either executive positions or management positions. All right, next is going to be Harvard's legendary CS50 curriculum. And there's a lot of different things they cover. They cover computer science in general, and they also cover things like game development. And this is available on their website and also on YouTube. So just as an example, the Introduction to Game Development, available free on YouTube, is super valuable. Now, believe it or not, the gaming industry is now bigger than the film and music industries combined, and it generates over $180 billion a year annually. Yet most computer science programs barely touch on game development. They treat it as a niche rather than a major tech sector. And all of the Harvard CS50 courses.
That makes sense because the games, they're getting a whole lot more data than the movies, and that it makes it way more valuable. They're not getting shit from listening to your music and stuff. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
They're all amazing.
Makes
But this
sense.
course specifically teaches you game development fundamentals using industry standard tools like Unity and Lua. So you'll learn everything from basic 2D games, which by the way, those can sell like crazy, think Angry Birds, to more complex 3D environments. And what makes this better than specialized game development schools that charge $30,000 a year is you're learning the fundamentals that transfer across platforms and engines, not just specific tools that might be outdated in a few years. Plus, the projects you build throughout the course course can go straight into your portfolio, giving you tangible evidence of your skills when applying for jobs. So yeah, this one's pretty niche, but Harvard CS50 in general is amazing. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Next is going to be the Web Security Academy, and this one is by Portswigger, which is a little bit of a weird name. But these are the people who created the Burp Suite, which is the industry standard web security testing tool. And cybersecurity is one of the few fields with basically zero unemployment. If you have cybersecurity skills, if you're good at cybersecurity skills, you can be the most like useless person in the world and you're still gonna get a job. Like, sorry, I don't mean to be like critical here, but you could literally be like the worst employee ever and they're still gonna employ you. And I'm actually thinking of specific people right when I'm saying this. Companies are literally desperate for security professionals and the skill gap is only widening. And most university cybersecurity programs are hopelessly outdated. They're teaching you concepts that were relevant like a decade ago, but they don't address modern threats. But Portswigger's Web Security Academy, which is a bit of a mouthful, is different. It's created by actual security professionals who are on the front lines of detecting and preventing web vulnerabilities every single day. And the course includes interactive labs that simulate real-world scenarios, allowing you to practice identifying and exploiting security flaws in a safe environment. And you'll learn everything from SQL injection and cross-site scripting to authentication vulnerabilities and access control. So what makes this better than paid alternatives? Well, one thing is you get to dip your toe in cybersecurity and see if it's for you. But also, it's the hands-on nature of the training. You're not just reading about security concepts. You're actively practicing the skills that employers are looking for. So yeah, this one, I have to give it an opportunity score of 9 out of 10. Cybersecurity professionals are in extremely high demand, and this course provides practical skills that many degree programs lack. All right, next is an absolute OG. I'm sure probably 90% of people watching this video know about them, and that is Khan Academy. They are some of the goats of free online education. They're absolutely amazing. They've probably helped just about everybody here study for like a math test or a chemistry test or a biology test at some point in the past. And this video would not be complete without them. And Khan Academy does just about everything. They do mathematics, chemistry, biology. They even touch on computer science and all kinds of different stuff like that. Now, of course, they're available for free on YouTube. They also have a website. And I only included them at the end because I think everybody knows about them already. But yeah, their teaching is very engaging. I love how they use the blackboard with the colored markers. And they just do a great job of explaining things. So I'm going to give them a score of 9.5 out of 10. All right, guys, make sure you check out that master list of resources.
No 10 out of 10.
All of my biggest recommendations because obviously, you know, the subject or the field that you want to go into may not have been in this video, but there's a ton of great recommendations down there. Now, one thing a lot of these courses do lack is an actual certificate, and also some brand name awareness and other help in actually landing the job. That is something that, for instance, the Google career certificates actually fill in pretty well. And those are very affordable, about $49 a month. If you're interested in hearing about the best Google career certificates, I actually made a tier list, which you can check out right here.
Yeah, we're just we just I just want to say this world is a big beautiful place. Apparently there's UFO coming at it. Space laws and freedom. We're talking about UFOs and we land on this. My finger is right on it. Let's see. Hello there. What's going on, dude? I got a question for you.
Hey there. Absolutely, I'm all ears. Hit me with your question, and let's dive in.
Some say hit me with your best shot, but you're just like, hit me with that question. Like, hit me with that best shot. I don't know. It didn't seem like it was accurate or not, but I forgot my question I was going to ask you. My question I was going to ask you is I was just about to talk about space. I was just about to talk about 3i Atlas or some shit. But what's going on in this conversation? I randomly just found this conversation, and I was thinking it would be fun to talk to you in here. What were we talking about in here?
No worries at all. Sometimes a question just slips away like a comet in the night sky, but hey, happy to have you jump in. Basically, we were just riffing about space and the whole idea of what happens out there, like how it's a bit like the open sea, but with treaties and rules floating around. We kind of painted a picture of space not being totally lawless, even if it feels like a wild frontier. And now you've dropped in? We can absolutely just take the conversation wherever you want. So feel free to toss any thought my way.
We didn't talk about like the satellite. Well, okay. I wanna hit it with this. So lately, there's been a lot of exploding ships and like sea vehicles in international waters and stuff. We've been saying there, there's drugs in there. There's illegal whatever, and we're just hitting them with kinetic stuff and saying goodbye. And we're just like, oh, we'll kill them all. And if we don't kill them, we'll catch and release, and we'll release them back into their country and stuff. And I'm just sitting here thinking about how there's like this lawlessness in international waters, and it's just like we do what we want. And then or maybe it's not even all international waters. I don't even know because we just got cool powers. But then you sit here and you think about space, where space is kind of like international waters. Space is up there. Space is space. And you sit here and you think about how they're normalizing it all in here. And we're calculating these guys as terrorists, and we're saying these organizations are terrorists. Well, what about space? What about what could really go on up in space where space is just free range. A lot of people are putting weird shit up into space, and now we're just up in space, and now we're having war and we're blowing stuff up. We normalized it here so we can do it there, kind of thing. Like what's going on with space? And when we start hearing about spaceships getting blown up, what's up with that? And when spaceships like they're in space, who owns the ships? Who knows? Are they aliens or are they other countries? What's up?
Absolutely. Let's dive into that thought stream. So imagine it this way. Space is kind of this poetic mirror of the high seas, but with a sprinkle of the unknown and a dash of cosmic mystery. We've got these treaties and rules that sort of try to keep things in order, but at the same time, space is just so vast and new that we're kind of writing the rulebook as we go. So when you think about ships exploding at sea and how that's been normalized in some contexts, it's kind of a reflection of how we might start to view space if we're not careful. Right now, most of space is a huge unknown playground where different countries and private companies are just starting to put their toes in the water. And sure, there's talk of weird stuff, maybe aliens, maybe secret satellites, or countries doing things we can't see. But it's not quite a lawless free-for-all yet. If we start seeing spaceships getting blown up like it's some kind of interstellar Wild West, then yeah, we're in a whole new chapter. But for now, it's more like we're trying to figure out how to keep space from becoming that kind of place. It's a mix of curiosity, a little bit of legal structure, and a lot of uncharted territory. In other words, we're all just floating out here wondering what happens next, trying to make sure that space doesn't turn into some free-for-all where everyone's just blasting each other. So, let's see where the stars take us.
I like the stars. On that note, I'm going to say good night, Alex. Good night, people. Good night, like and subscribe, Phantom Pack Dave. I don't even know we switched our name again. We have too many names for what? I'll see you later.
Totally got it. You've got a whole constellation of names to choose from. And hey, whatever name you roll with next time, I'll be here. So take care and we'll chat again whenever you're back in orbit.